There could soon be a lot more for you to see out at the John Ball Zoo. The zoo's plans to expand taking a step forward today once they were approved for the Kent County Board of Commissioners to take a look at them. So we wanted to know what's in the works. Andy McIntyre, Director of Animal Programs, Conservation and Education, joining us in studio tonight. Andy, you guys have been on a roll. You're just saying 3 years in a row now, attendance has gone up each year. The new tiger exhibit has just gone in, so you're trying to build on that momentum. What are you talking about here?
We're really talking about taking the things that we've done and continuing to move forward. You know, this year we're opening the second phase of the tiger exhibit. So we're not done with the last thing, but we always need to plan for the future. We want to take some of the older exhibit areas in the zoo and really take those and renovate or replace those with new and better exhibits for the guests and the animals and the staff.
So we saw some of the schematics, and you were just saying too, as I looked at it, I said, wow, this is really ambitious. You're saying this is kind of a master plan. We're going to do it in steps over the next several years, ballparking us at about maybe $50 million when it's all said and done, all money that's privately raised.
Right. I mean, we're really looking at this, you know, you'll probably take 3 of these things that are in this very large plan. This is a 25-year plan, even up to 30. So we have to go at this every 10 years. We'll look at the next sort of 3 to 8 and figure out what are the pieces of that we'll implement first. And, you know, we're looking at quite a few key projects right off the bat, if we can, here in the next 3 to 8 years.
Sometimes these plans can be overwhelming, as you say. You take a look at them and you're like, wow, look at the scope of this. Some of the neighbors over in that area by the zoo already expressing some concern about losing some green space and whatnot. Talk about the relationship, I guess, with the zoo, with the neighborhood, and why that's important to maintain that relationship.
Well, it's important because those are the people right at our doorstep. Those are the people that come and use that park on a regular basis, along with all the visitors that come from other areas surrounding the county. So, you know, for us, one of the things is we're growing and growing and growing, and so we're just trying to figure out the best way to meet all the different needs that the zoo has to meet. Guests, neighbors, you know, we're not an entity that doesn't want to have the green space, but we're just trying to figure out how to make all that work.
Yeah, at the same time, you're trying to turn it into a world-class facility, and like you said, there's been so many nice improvements over the last recent years that building on that momentum is important. Do you have projections as far as how many people you'd like to see continue to come?
Yeah, we're working on that. So we always budget a little conservatively, so in case weather or something occurs. But you know, we're hoping we can maybe come back at the same numbers we've had this past year and continue to grow a little bit. There is a bit of a threshold that we'll probably have to look at, sort of what's the realistic nature for the size of our geographic area. As the area tends to grow, hopefully we'll see our attendance continue to grow as well.
Specifically, talk about some of the cool things that were mentioned in that plan. The one thing that struck me was this bridge, like a glass bridge where the bears would be walking over. Talk about that.
Right. Well, one of the things that you know, zoos in general are always trying to innovate and do things different. Again, for better animal welfare, and then also for better guest experiences, to facilitate better connections that lead to conservation by our guests later. So this, what you're looking at, is animals being able to move between habitats. So from one side to the other, and in the middle is where the guest goes. And so in some places we have a trail in the tiger habitat this year. It doesn't go over, it goes around in front of you, but this one we're looking at going over you. This has been done with cats, but in a couple other zoos, but not bears in this case.
And so the entrance too would be looking at a makeover there, just the physical presence of coming into the zoo.
It is. So that's the first thing you would see. Right now when you go up, you know, we have a relatively steeper drive. That's one of the challenges, but yet opportunities. And our site where we are, the hills really can be a challenge, but it's really great to be able to have that terrain to offer a really unique exhibit experience.
All right. We look forward to the progress on this. It is a gem in our community, and we, of course, are always interested to see what's going to be happening with the zoo. Andy McIntyre with the John Ball Zoo. Thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it. Zoo is closed for the winter right now, but does open for the season March 1st.
March 1st, yes. Please come down and see us.
All right, we will. Thanks, Andy. Coming up tonight at 6, we're taking you out to the zoo. We're going to be walking you through where you could soon see some of these changes.